What's up, everyone? I pray you guys are well. I wanted to come in and read from the preface to this wonderful book that was recommended to me by my last discussion podcast with Pano. Please check that out, guys. It was a really beautiful conversation. And he suggested this book by Dumitru Staniloae, The Holy Trinity. In the beginning, there was love. And the book is really... I've read a couple of the chapters here. It's a short book. It really gets deep into Orthodox theology, 20th century Orthodox theology. It talks about apophatic versus cataphatic understandings and how they kind of work with each other, and how reason and mystery kind of play off each other. It's really wonderful, but really dense. But the preface is really kind of just a page. I'm going to read it, page and a half. Really straightforward and beautiful kind of distillation of the Holy Trinity and Orthodoxy. So I'm going to read that for you guys really quick. So there we go. Again, it's the Holy Trinity. In the beginning, there was love, by Dumitru Staniloae. All right, maybe some of the chapters, right? The first chapter is the meaning of existence. Chapter 2 is thirsty for infinity. Chapter 3 is perfect love. Chapter 4 is distinct yet uninterrupted. Chapter 5, the love of a son. Chapter 6, incarnation. Chapter 7, there is perfection. Chapter 8, the spirit of unity. Chapter 9, sanctification. And Chapter 10, praise to the spirit of life. And I guess it's the forward here. Yeah. All right. The preface. The Holy Trinity is the supreme mystery of existence. It explains everything, and nothing can be explained without it. This is why it is intelligible, even though it is a mystery, and also why it is logical up to a point. The Holy Trinity is presented as a real metaphysic, as the abyssal but somehow intelligible foundation of all existence. Philosophers who speak about metaphysics lack any clarity with regard to it. For them, metaphysical reality is nothing but an essence ruled by an evolutionary law or a series of emanations from which everything else flows. Their theories reveal that reality is dependent on something, but they cannot explain what it is. The metaphysics of the philosophers thus shows itself to be without logic. At least in terms of our reasons for trying to understand the Holy Trinity, in terms of the sense that it gives to existence, it satisfies the requirements of logic. It is love without beginning and seeks love's expansion. What can justify existence more than love? Love can be endless because it is never satiated by anything. Having no end, it can also have no beginning. Love without beginning or end sheds light and brings a complete thankfulness for existence. The metaphysics of the philosophers, which is blindly subordinated to an uncreated and unending law, gives no light. The second thing that I want to mention in this preface is that the Orthodox Church sees the Holy Trinity as the love of God that works through the Holy Spirit in the souls of believers, in order to raise them up into the loving relationship between its persons. For this reason, the sacraments have a decisive importance in believers' lives. In them, the Holy Trinity works through the Holy Spirit in their souls. In Catholicism, the sacraments provide nothing but a created grace through which merit is accorded to believers as a result of the super-meritorious sacrifice of Christ. Other forms of Christianity that have broken away from Catholicism no longer have any space for the mysteries, the sacraments, in their lives. Orthodoxy has an accentuated spiritual sanctifying quality. The sins of Orthodox believers are not forgiven only in a legal sense, as they are for Catholics in this life and for Protestants in the next, but the power of Christ is communicated to them through the Holy Spirit so that they may love God and their fellow humans. Together with love, believers find freedom from selfish passions and the holiness that increases in accordance with the efforts that they themselves put in. Orthodoxy does not only know a Christ of words, but one who, loving the Father through the Holy Spirit, communicates the love of the Holy Trinity to believers. Orthodoxy helps believers grow in holiness through ascetic practices so that they might sanctify themselves through the power of the Trinity in which they live even while on earth, growing in the kingdom of love without end. So just chiming in quickly, guys. Hope everybody's well, and I will see you guys soon. God bless.